Okay, petrol and diesel FS5R30A 4x4 bell housings. In the US, the original 4x4s had the fill plug too low. They changed that out sometime in the 90s. They created an ovalized boss that moved the fill plug hole to somewhere around here. If you have an older model, you just have to make sure that you fill through the shifter hole to get that extra amount. Or, park on something tall so the vehicle is lopsided when you fill it up. The correct amount would be 6 quarts. The diesel bell housing I have here is a newer one. You can see it already has the higher fill location. As far as gear ratios, I can't tell you about foreign markets, but in American markets, if you have the higher filler hole, you are guaranteed to have a slightly taller first, second, and third gear than the older models. If you have the lower fill hole, you might have either set of ratios. All the front covers come from pretty much the same casting. There are variations depending on which bell housing they go into, and that's all done at the factory. For diesel, they will chop this off about here, and they will tap this hole. And then for petrol, obviously, you have this setup. These front covers are also used in RB engines. So if you have a damaged front cover for a diesel, you can pretty much use any other cover that uses a ball style, push style clutch, and just trim this down if you need to and tap the correct hole. And that's because the fork hole is slightly different between different models of transmissions for the engine. The webbing on the diesel bell is very robust. It's at least 1.5 times as thick and, well, quite a bit more of it on the inside too as well. That's great if you're shooting for 400 foot-pounds of torque. I can tell you that the 300ZX and GTR variants of this bell housing are not as webbed as that, but they've also been built for transmissions behind 700 horsepower engines. So I'm going to say that that's pretty beefcake. As far as fitting flywheel diameters, they're pretty much the same. As far as clearing big clutches, they're pretty much the same. I took measurements. I don't have them written down or handy right now. Sometimes there's small deviations like the captive detent ball for your shift shaft. So that's where you'll feel the notchy positioning as you go forward and backwards versus a non-captive one. I recommend using a magnet to pull the spring and ball out before you actually remove the whole detent assembly. You'll know the difference because there will be a cap on the captive one and a bolt on the non-captive one. This retains the shift shaft in the bell anyway, so it will have to come out. So just remember to retain these little bits first before you pull the big piece out. As far as differences, I think those are all the major ones. Fun fact here on mid plates, the GTR version mid plate has a flapper door here so that under heavy acceleration, the oil stays in the front of the case instead of all washing back into the rear housing, lubricating a gear that you're probably not using. It would have been cool if the 4x4 models got this as well because, well, when you're going up a steep grade, what does all the oil do? Yeah. So I think that's about it. Thanks for watching.